Welcome to the Panasonic studio, here at the Toronto International Film Festival. I'm here with renowned director Wim Wenders to discuss his award-winning film, Pina, a tribute to the iconic choreographer Pina Bausch. Thank you for being here, Wim.
Thank you, Variel.
Well, I want to take you back a bit to 1985. You're in Venice, Italy. There's a retrospective for Pina Bausch. Your girlfriend convinces you to go to one of the performances, Cafe Muller. What happened there?
A big night in my life. It changed a lot for me, and I found myself on the edge of the seat, weeping uncontrollably for the entire show, and was moved like I've never been moved by anything.
And at what point were you able to meet Pina?
2 days afterwards.
Okay, and how was that meeting?
Pina didn't say anything. She smoked one cigarette after another and smiled enigmatically. And because I'm not a big talker myself, but as she didn't say anything, I had to talk and babbled on, and also mentioned that we should do a film together one day. And she took another cigarette and smiled some more. And then that was it. And then we met again a year later, and we were meeting very often from then on. And that next time we met, she said, as if it had been the other day, "You mentioned the movie. That is an interesting idea." And from then on, the film was on the table.
Now, she had filmed some of her pieces previously, and she wasn't happy with the way that they were coming across. When were you able to create that dimension? What was it that the light bulb, the aha moment was for you when you were deciding? I think you two had something
20 years later, 20 years of not knowing how to film dance and feeling incompetent in relation to the beauty of her work. And then it took U2 and a concert film called U2 in 3D to realize that with that additional tool, with that third dimension, with the new toy of digital 3D, it was nothing but a toy in the beginning. Now it's a real new medium and a new language. But with that new language, I could actually approach to film Pina's work.
And from the start of preparing the film, how long were you in pre-production?
I was in pre-production for 2 years. Took a long time to test 3D, and because it was only in the beginning. It wasn't really, nobody had done any real life shoot with it. I mean, even Cameron was just a rumor, and actually Avatar came out long after we had started. And it took a long time to make the technology flexible and elegant enough to shoot live dance. It wasn't ready yet. It was really at the very beginning. And after 2 years, we were ready to show it to Pina. And that was a couple of months before we were actually going to start principal photography. And the first time Pina was going to see it, and we were going to shoot for about a week. Extensive tests with her dancers on her stage, which we then never did because that was when Pina, from one day to another, passed away.
And how did you and the dancers cope with such a great loss?
For the dancers, it was horrifying because they lost the center of their lives. Some of them had worked with Pina for 30 years for their entire professional life. For us, it was tough. And I did the only thing that I could imagine. I canceled the film. I just pulled the plug, and the film was over. 20 years of dreaming about it with Pina were just... It seemed obsolete to want to do it without her. So I canceled it and told everybody, and the fact that there is a movie now is due to the dancers who convinced me 2 months later that it was the wrong decision.
Well, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much for your time. It's a beautiful film that's incredibly moving. I think even if someone doesn't know dance, can really appreciate what you've done there.
I made it for people who don't have anything to do with dance. That's my target audience.
Remember to follow us on Twitter at Red Carpet Diary or on Facebook for the latest interviews at the Panasonic studio here at the Toronto International Film Festival.